This is investment tanking with the Jagdtiger 88. Be careful, this may blow your minds. It's a Jagdtiger with the 88mm gun. I know, right? Deep breaths, people. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't get on with this tank. I'm bloody awful in it. It's the antithesis of my playstyles. I'm either fast with a turret or slow and turretless, but with high alpha and a wide traverse arc. Yeah, no, not happening with this. What you do get, however, is a highly accurate fast rate of fire gun. That's 0.31 dispersion and 5.5 second reload without equipment or special skills. With vents and rammer, it fires every 4.5 seconds. With Chocolate and Brothers in Arms, 4.27. With a 240 alpha damage shell, this rate of fire stacks up an impressive maximum 3.3k damage a minute, assuming you hit and penetrate all your shots with exactly 240 damage. That's never going to happen, but still. As potentially powerful it can be, the Jagdtiger 88 still has to be able to see an enemy to shoot it, which is a little difficult. The gun traverse is only 20 degrees, that's 10 degrees either side of the centre of the tank, and it can only depress the gun by -7 degrees. Considering it's a very tall platform for the gun, that doesn't bode well for shooting small tanks like the ELC if it hugs you, or cresting any ridges. The gun itself may seem a little familiar as well. It's the tank destroyer version of the long 88 that the Tiger heavy tanks get, the 8.8cm Pak 43 L71. That means the usual 203mm of AP penetration and the usual 237mm of APCR penetration. 203 penetration is more than enough for the majority of tier 8 and 9 tanks you'll encounter, and firing APCR is never really worth it unless at difficult enemies like the VK4502B. Why? Because the APCR is more than 17 times as expensive as the AP round, for only 30 penetration more. Get this. The AP round costs only 252 credits. 252. And this is a premium tank, so cheap shells and doing damage, factoring in the credit earning bonus, nets a metric butt-ton of credits. So making those shots count is a fairly lucrative business. Aim carefully, it only takes 2 seconds, and whittle down the enemy while laughing like an evil genius. Just be careful not to laugh so hard that you forget about artillery. You also don't want to be alone against multiple tanks, ever. You are incredibly unmobile, if that's even a word. Your top speed is 28 km an hour, but with a paltry power to weight of only 10, you're not winning any competitions for graceful movement here. Your bloated 70-ton carcass traverses at only 22 degrees a second, leaving you hopelessly powerless if you were to be circled or ganged up upon. You do have 250mm of slightly sloped frontal armour, which is very impressive if you manage to get hull down, but only 80mm of side and rear armour. Being that you have no turret, it is near impossible and very impractical to try and angle in any way. The Jagdtiger 88 should just come with a list of things to avoid. Heavy armour, fast tanks, long distances, going uphill, going downhill, turning, sitting still, moving, blah blah blah. Okay, I might be a little bit biased here. I didn't even really want the Jagdtiger 88, but it came in a bundle with the Fury with a load of gold. So I thought, hey, why the hell not? Since I've had it, I've played just under 20 battles in it, won less than 30% of those, and been top tier only 4 times. And this is preferential matchmaking. It never sees tier 10. I just find the playstyle so boring. So much waiting. It's like driving the T95 tier 9 TD but with 240 damage. Moral of the story, judge whether you think this tank is right for you by analysing your playstyle or watching a decent plays Jagdtiger 88 replay off what replays. It does have a very rare redeeming feature though. If you can get that rate of fire behind the enemy when they're not expecting it, you are in for a very good time indeed. Don't ask how I flanked in this brute. It just sort of happened. Well, at any rate, is it a good tank? Theoretically, yes. Good armour, great DPM, and preferential matchmaking still managed to get through the Jagdtiger and mine's mutual hatred of each other. As to whether it's worth having, the credits are insane. Even I can get 40 to 50k credits a game, and I am awful in it. Just imagine what a good player can do. Other than that, just spare more gold and keep tanking.